let's thank the Clean Money Campaign and all the volunteers and all of you. Let's give yourselves a round of applause. Because one of the things that I would always say when I was running for office is that as elected officials, our true job is to help empower the people we represent. Because elected officials do come and go, but the community and the people remain. No matter what we do, it's really based on the work that all of you have done. And there's no, it's not anything new when it comes to the Disclose Act. We've had numerous authors in the past, but it was really all of you keep fighting year after year to really take our democracy back. You know, in the money in politics is not anything new. In the 60s and 70s, they actually called people who would deliver money to campaigns and candidates bagmen. And I heard that the reason why they called them bagmen is because the money was in a brown paper bag full of cash. So we actually started, a lot of the reforms from the 1970s really helped shed the light on those practices. And we started really keeping track of campaign finance laws. We really started keeping track of who was financing candidates, ballot measures, really started kind of putting a light onto politics to make sure that the people's voices would never be silenced. But with the decision of the Citizens United decision by the Supreme Court, it really started to take us back to those dark days of the 1970s. And we need to fight back and make sure that any money in politics is fully disclosed and the people who are funding it are brought out of the shadows and into the light. So AB700 is the latest version of the Disclose Act, and it has been a fight. But I think that we have a very good shot of trying to get it passed, and I think that we can actually get it passed with all your help. Usually I'm always worried about who the chair is of the next committee of the next house, but now that the chair of the elections committee and most importantly his parents are in the room, I know that we're going to have a very, very fair shot. So let's give Ben Allen and his parents a round of applause. And we do have some time to go. One of the discussions right before the Assembly took up AB 700, I was the chair of appropriations. I passed it out, and I was actually calling members to get their support to make sure that we had the votes. And one member actually told me that he wasn't going to vote for the bill. And I was actually very disappointed. He was a Democrat. And I was very upset, and I usually don't get upset with assembly members. They're my colleagues. I try to respect them. We all come from different perspectives and different histories, but this was so meaningful to me. This issue is the issue of our time. Can we make sure that we first shed a light on dark money in politics and eventually put some caps that everybody can live by? And when he actually told me that, I never usually say it. I actually told him, you know what, I expect you to go up, and I will see you tomorrow, and I hung up. I never do that. And then I called Trent to make sure that he sucked the dogs on him, and that's what you guys did. And we ended up getting the votes that we needed. Every single Democrat went up. And we even got 9 Republicans to vote for this bill. Because they know, these elected officials know, that the public cares about this issue. And if they are going to stay on the good side of their voters, the good side of a democracy, they have to vote for this bill. And if the Republicans, and some of them were from the Central Valley, all the way up through Southern California to the north, if they know they have to vote on it, we should be able to get this passed. So we have a few more steps. We have to go to the Elections Committee, then we have to go to Appropriations, and then we have to go to the floor of the Senate. And then eventually, if we can get it to the floor of the Senate, I can guarantee you that Governor Brown will be calling and asking to negotiate on this bill. Because that's how it works. The tough bills, they usually, once you get it onto the floor and they think you're going to pass it, that's when they want to talk. And that's where we want to go. We want to get it all the way to the Senate floor so we can force people to have a real conversation of what our campaign finance laws should look like and what our democracy should look like. And I think if California has led the way in so many things, if you think about it, we did the first Paid Family Leave Act in the country. We did the first, currently, the first $15 minimum wage in the country. The first paid sick days in the country, right? California can lead again by passing the most comprehensive campaign disclosure law in the country. So we'll do that with all your help. So thank you so much, and I'll be here every step of the way. Thank you so much.